Well, look where I am. I'm down on the shores of Great Bay. Sandy Point Discovery Center, New Hampshire Fish and Game property. It's been in, well, Fish and Game's had this boat ramp, boat access area, kind of car top boat, and tide dependent, like so many are here on Great Bay. Let me turn us around here. See if I can do it. Around. All right, we go around. We'll look at Great Bay today. This is Thursday, September 14th, 2023. We're on the shores of Great Bay at Sandy Point Discovery Center. Here's a new boat at a mooring. There never used to be a mooring there. This is brand new. I've been coming here for years. I don't remember ever a boat moored there before. That's new. Normally they don't put in too many new moorings on our coastal waters, but this fellow probably has some influence on that. Anyways, new mooring. Screwing up the view. As far as I'm concerned, this is a spot I'd come down and enjoy the panorama of the bay. Not as easy to do with a boat parked there, for God's sakes. Oh well, some sailboats up there. Great Bay, Greenland, New Hampshire. Sweet spot, sweet place. You know, Great Bay, what, between Great Bay and the Piscataqua River, I think there's 6 rivers flowing with the Oyster, well, let me go around the bay. Winnicott, probably is one, and Lamprey, and Oyster, and Cocheco, and the Exeter, or Squamscott, that's in between there. So yeah, half a dozen rivers flow into Great Bay, or the Piscataqua, and Piscataqua River itself. And Salmon Falls, I was up there yesterday. I drove along the edge of the Salmon Falls River yesterday. Kind of a swing into Maine along the river. I wanted to look over there. I had some stuff to do that way. Had an appointment. I was headed over that way. Anyways, shores of Great Bay, wonderful spot, Sandy Point Discovery Center. A whole educational facility here. If you haven't been here before, haven't brought your kids or grandkids here, you're making a mistake. There is a lot to learn right here at Sandy Point. You could come multiple times and learn great stuff every time. And of course, here in May is when the horseshoe crabs are spawning right here on the shore. Got to do that. That's a May event every year. Come down and watch the horseshoe crabs and get a story about them. But yeah, here's Great Bay today. Thursday, September 14th. 2 days out from a hurricane. Going to brush by New Hampshire, the coast. He'd slam into Maine. Slam into coastal Maine. Maybe worried a little bit about my camp up there in Central Coast, Maine. Well, beautiful afternoon on Great Bay, Greenland, New Hampshire, Sandy Point Discovery Center. I didn't go in there. I'm just down here at the boat ramp. Just enjoying it. Just sitting down here on a rock. Get back to a rock here. Sit down and just take it in. The rock is warm from the sun laying on it. Nice. What a spot to be. Huh. I have walked around Great Bay much of my adult life. Worked out of the Fish and Game Region 3 office over there on the Durham side. Just across the bay from here is Durham. We're looking at Durham over there. So yeah, my office was in the Region 3 office in Durham for 2 decades. Worked a lot around here and duck hunted. Rick Hamlin and I, our senior year of high school, that'd be the fall of '67. We goose hunted up here. We laid in wait for some geese. They were always on the bay. The geese that land on the bay, by the way, come from, I think, James Bay or up that way, far eastern Canada, and they winter here, have for millennial. And used to come down the first week of January on a small aircraft. Had been done since 1954. The annual midwinter survey, the first or second week of January, whenever you had a good day to fly. We'd come down early on in the late 80s when I started doing it. It was always frozen over. But by the time I left and retired from Fish and Game in May or June of '07, well, that winter there was no ice on Great Bay, and there's been several winters now without it. This whole bay used to freeze solid for several months, and awesome smelt fishing and gone. And actually, for many years, it was commercial smelt fishing. Gone. Can't do that anymore. things do change. The water's probably somewhat clearer than it, or cleaner than it used to be. I don't know. Still, you know, more people, more impervious surfaces, more stuff washing into the water. It's not good for the bay, that's for sure. Stuff that needs to be continued to be monitored, fixed, improved. A lot still needs to be done to keep Great Bay a sweet spot. A lot of the land is protected around it, thanks to Bay of Fish and Game and others. I've kind of pitched into that too. Done some walks here with the Nature Conservancy when they were thinking about protecting some of the land around here early decades ago. Yeah, small part, very small part played in protecting some of the land around Great Bay, but I pitched in whatever I could. Others did the bulk of the work, 99.99%. I just helped a little, now and then. I have striper fished out here, caught bluefish out here, yeah, duck hunted out here. Just spent time on the bay. A week ago, last Friday, I spent a good part of my day here on the bay with a bunch of legislators. Yes, we did. Still on the bay. And when I'm not here, sometimes I just like to be here. So I just stopped in this afternoon. Beautiful breeze out of the west. Hardly a cloud in the sky. A few now. It was completely cloudless a little while ago. Off to the east, southeast, we got Hurricane Lee headed up in our direction. I don't think we're going to get much of a storm inland this far. Probably not. Probably won't influence the bay too much. It might chop it up a bit over the weekend, probably. Probably not a place I'd want to be if it gets a little choppy in a hurricane, or the remnants of the outer bands of such. Still, cool place. Great Bay, Greenland, New Hampshire. If you haven't been here, you're missing out. Come down, Sandy Point Discovery Center, go in there and learn something. But you don't have to go inside to learn something here. You can just stand here and take it in and see what you can learn. Yeah, I can learn right now. I think we have an outgoing tide from the looks of things. Yeah, sweet spot, Sandy Point, Greenland, New Hampshire. Come down, take a look. Hey, I'll loan you one of my rocks to sit on. Come on down, have a sip. Drink in Great Bay.